Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. We have a lot of people to talk to, a lot of things to read, a lot of things to explore. Let's keep going on this lore. I need to know what's going on with this man here who lives here. And if you haven't been keeping up with the series, check the description down below for the playlist, the videos. There's probably a card up here. Check it out. Let's get started. So I'm gonna make a confession. Last night when I was trying to do some thumbnails for some of the other videos I have, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go talk to Greg and take some pictures of him and do some thumbnails for him. Yeah, well, since my sim is pregnant, Greg can't fight her. So I found a loophole. You want to talk to Greg? Go get your sim prego, like an ego, and go talk to him. Take his picture a few times, then just talk to him. So then I asked him a little bit about Moonwood Mill, and he came up with this. Some say I'm mean. They say I'm gruff, a menace. You know what's mean? Gruff. What's really menacing? Life. Get used to it. This man's been hurt. He has a lot of pain in his heart. Then he also said, Vlad is perhaps the cleverest vampire I've ever met. Don't mistake my compliment for admiration, though. He's a monster. These guys have a history. Not romantically. Something happened. He knows that Vlad's a very powerful guy. You don't like him still. He also said, I don't like going up to Howling Point with how many other wolves frequent it. But that's where it all started. Where the magical explosion happened. Curious? Well, too bad. What magical explosion? What are you talking about, Greg? Are you losing it? Then we became great friends, and then we had a little more chit-chat. And now he's just pouring his heart and soul out to me. He says, I was a spellcaster hundreds of years ago. A master of untamed school. I stood atop that mountain back when this area was simply called Moonwood. And with a group of other powerful spellcasters, we channeled the most powerful moon-infused spell that has ever been cast. The results were explosive, but effective. The moonlight infused both us and the land around us. Why do you think the moon petal only grows on top that mountain? Where do you think the lunar fish comes from? We made them. I made them. Greg is the creator of this whole freaking place, of how magical this whole world is around us. Why is he so angry though? Evelina. Something to do with it. That's all I got out of him last night, and I was like, I'm not recording. And it's like, cool. My notifications are still there. We'll go over them in the morning. Anyway, let's keep talking to him. Greg, what else you got? He says, oh, poor Greg, look at him. I won't say her name, but I was married once. When she died, I had no use for my weaker form anymore. No reason to be anything other than a beast, I think he said. Poor Greg. He's heartbroken. Look at that. Look at that. That is a heart of a broken soul with a nubby tail and a hot butt. That poor wolf. Keep talking to him. He's got his heart to bear. He's gonna take a nap though. All right, come on, Greg. Get up. I had a dog familiar named Brutus. Back when I was a spellcaster. Don't look so surprised. When I transformed, we lost our bond. And he grew old and died just like any other pet. Everything we love dies. My God. His soul. He's not a villain, he's a hero. My family used to be in the textiles industry. My mother was. Don't have much use for textiles nowadays. Yeah, you're naked. I get it. I'm naked too. It's cool. So I think he's gonna run away now. I would fight you if you weren't pregnant. So at times, like, you talk to him and he, like, closes communication. You just gotta talk to him again. There we go. He wants to talk again. Dude, this is like therapy. Get back here. I gotta go to sleep. What else you got, Greg? I'm always watching. Yeah, he's got some big stories to tell. Greg, keep going. I hate a lot of things, but the thing I hate more than anything else is vampires. And he's gone. Greg, come back out. This is juicy storyline. I know it's early in the morning, but I need to talk to you. We're friends. You can trust me. Not sure what happened to my diary, and honestly, I don't care. It's not like I write anymore. It is his diary! Other people were like, I don't know if that's really his. I was a spellcaster hundreds of years ago. Thank you. I just became good friends with him. So if that's really Greg's diary, his last name's Lundvik, which is what the lake is named after. Lake Lundvik. That crescent-shaped lake. It's named after this dude. He owns the town. He's old too, by the way. Ooh, it's all right, Greg. We still love you. All right, now I'm only getting like he's in his death loop of stuff to tell us. So let's try one more time. Okay. So Greg has poured his whole heart to us. Yeah, she's heartbroken for Greg. So now we got to go talk to Lily. But first we're going to go home because we're pregnant and we need to, like, second trimester. Yeah. So I don't have to worry about Greg. He's not a menace. He's a sweetheart. So I had an interesting... God, all the gnomes. Oh man, why are you laughing in your sleep? Sims creep me out sometimes. Okay, so now that Journey has divulged everything out of Greg, his heart, soul, his love of Mooncasters, his dog Brutus, and all these other things, which, do you see this little statue? That's a statue of his familiar when he was a spellcaster. Oh, it says the engravings on this relic are encrypted with special symbols. Only werewolves who have experienced a lunar epiphany can decipher it. I have that. Can I interact with it? Decipher engraving. Why are we really sad? Do I wear these? Awful holiday. Get over it. I'm taking some notes. I'm getting some information. Who knew that werewolves were very, intuitive to their studies? So now that she's uncovered it, she wrote the description for us. We're gonna read it. The wolf figurine has a name engraved on its base. Brutus. You recall from your werewolf studies that there was a wolf familiar of Gregorus Lundvik, one of the original Mooncasters. Brutus was a fearsome alpha wolf with fangs and claws sharper than any of his peers or predecessors. After the Mooncasters endued themselves with the energy of their familiars, they adopted their traits and attributes. Thanks to Brutus, Gregorius developed an unusually high aptitude for pushing the limits of fury and a knack for winning fights. All of Greg's fury is because of this familiar that he had as a Mooncaster, spellcaster, Mooncaster, Greg. Greg. So I'm just gonna go over this right now. A Mooncaster is a spellcaster, but not all spellcasters are Mooncasters. Follow? Kind of like a jacuzzi, the hot tub, but not all hot tubs are jacuzzis. Jacuzzi's like the brand name. Cool. Thanks for staying with me. A Mooncaster is a spellcaster who studied only the moon and who was also infused with the moon's gifts. Mooncasters, after that big spell they did on top of the mountain, took on the forms of their familiars. Greg took on Brutus's stuff. That's why he's kind of little mean, little angry, likes to fight werewolves. So moon spellcasters who studied the moon are Mooncasters, and Mooncasters who put the spell over the town of Moonwood, turned into Moonwood Mill, werewolves. That's where werewolves came from. This is cool. Okay. I gotta find more collectibles and write up their descriptions because now I have Lunar Epiphany, so I got this going on. I'm gonna have Journey go dig up some collectibles until she has her baby. We can pull out more of this lore and collect all these collectibles. I'm sure there's more juicy stuff in there. I'm gonna have Orson get up and join the Moonwood Collective because I need to find their stuff. A lot of people are telling me, go talk to Lily, go talk to Lily. She knows all about the vampires. We're going right now. Orson, get up and let's go to the Moonwood Collective. We need to know your secrets. So now we're here in the Moonwood Collective area talking to Lily, and Lily said, the statue in the middle of Forgotten Hollow is supposed to depict a Stroud ancestor. It's almost believed because it looks so much friendlier than Vlad does, but I know the truth. It's been Vlad haunting that town all along. We knew Vlad was old, and it's always kind of been like one of those things where it's like, that's probably Vlad in the middle there. During the first and third quarter moon phases, I feel like my relationships always readily improve or go down much more quickly. I've noticed that happening for werewolves, though. I wonder if there's something to do with that. I remember when my first cousin, Lilith, told me she's met a fascinating man named Vlad. After that, she started spending a lot more time training with him. I thought she meant that they were working out buddies. It wasn't until later I found out she'd been lured to the dark arts. So Lily and Lilith are cousins. Nice. We're getting some good juicy lore here. When I was a child, I was very close to my cousins Caleb and Lilith Vitor. Our mothers were sisters and we spent most of our childhoods together. Lilith always had a dark side, but Caleb was a gentle soul. All right, so then we talked about the statue. What else you got, Lily? Keep divulging your heart, please. They say Greg is as old as Vlad. I don't know as much about his past, but I believe that being around on his own for that long will taunt anyone's senses. It was very kind of Christopher to take me in. I was lost for many, many years before coming to Moonwood Mill. He's been my family, as real a family as the one I lost. All right, I need to talk to Christopher more. I did meet him when we were Journey because the welcome wagon was Christopher and Lily. But since I want to join the Moonwood Collective, I need to talk to Christopher and get close to him. All werewolves gain some special abilities that they normally wouldn't have during a full moon. We've experienced that. We go nuts. The makeup of werewolf blood in the child of two werewolf parents can fluctuate. Sometimes a child's lunar connections are stronger than other werewolf children's. They'll be more naturally gifted as a werewolf, but that doesn't mean others can't obtain the same level of skill. Other times, a child's werewolf affinity might seem to be missing entirely. This is my fear for when we have a child. I want a strong werewolf. I want to live a life that's symbolic with nature, a self-sustainable sort of livelihood. The plants we nourish in turn provide us nourishment, and the moon ties our world to others through its energy. Some call it magic, all Sims feel it, and so many do not understand it. In Moonwood Mill, we connect with the night sky on the Isle of Elope in the Bramble Wood. They connect with the animals, at least they did centuries ago. These natural wells of power are easy to find if you know where to look. Okay, so Christopher seems not to have a ton of information about his family. Let's talk to his son, Jacob. Maybe Jacob has more. Because Jacob and Rory are the adopted children of Christopher. The locals say Moonwood Petal is the most magical flower that has bloomed from a surge of moon magic. Whether that's true or not, it does only bloom during the full moon. If you want to harvest it, you better find it now. Because the full moon's tonight. I really respect my dad. He's brought a lot of lost people together and he's taught us how to live better, safer lives. I don't know who or what I'd be if it wasn't for him. Hopefully, I won't be like Greg. What? A hero? Don't be bashing Greg. I've always loved how the night sky seems brighter during the full moon. It's romantic, really. Yeah, I should have gotten married on the full moon, but all right. So they don't know me well enough. I need to take your picture so we can become great friends. So I can become part of the Moonwood Collective. Smile, buddy. Hey, can I join your Moonwood Collective? Yeah, shake my hand. It says, allow me to extend a hearty welcome to you, our new friend of the Moonwood Collective. We're so happy to have you. Don't hesitate to stop by our tree and spend some time with us and use the facilities. Though not required, we gladly welcome any future contributions to better the pack. Your generosity would be greatly appreciated. So I don't think I'm part of the pack, no. I'm not in the pack. I'm a friend of the pack. So let's become part of the pack. All right, so you gotta do 3 out of the 7 things to become part of the pack. We're gonna spar with him. Then I gotta find some collectibles for him. And then I think show him that I can be a good wolf. Okay, I'm gonna have Orson go home because he's gotta fill a need or 2. But it is full moon, so I need to go get that petal on top of the mountain and get the lunar fish. So let's go get that. So here we are on top of the mountain and we're gonna harvest flower. Excellent. Does it say anything in our inventory about the flower? No. Okay. So now we need to get the fish. Oh, that's a cool image right there. Nice. Let's go fishing and see if we can get the lunar fish. As all the other playthroughs, I'm just furious. And I think it's just because of the moon. Called the beast. Yeah. The full moon allows you to probably be angry all the time. But that's okay. We're gonna fish. All right. I'm gonna improve my chances here of catching this fish. I'm enraged though. So my fury just went away and we're gonna keep fishing. I just swam in the lake. Hopefully that helps. And I marked my territory. The moon is definitely killing me though. That's like a full moon to have all the stuff in your house broken. Oh man. Let's repair all this stuff, guys. All right, so Orson did level up. So we're gonna get him some abilities. So we're gonna regain control while rampaging because that's important. And we're gonna have him do personal grooming. So I kind of want to see that. Oh, he also has a new temperament. He has sensitive hearing. These werewolves' enhanced ears means the world can be a terrifying cacophony sometimes. Things like TVs, loud radios, instruments, and other noise causes fury to rise in this sim. Great. All right, so these two need to kind of sort out what the heck's going on with their lives because they're all angry and whatnot. Why didn't we repair the sink? They're just crying. Being a wolf can be quite emotional. So let's see if we can do collectibles. There's a collectibles shelf, right? All right, so now we have the collectibles shelf, and I'm gonna put some of our collectibles up there, and we're gonna read about some of these collectibles. Oh, while I'm in build by, I wanna read the telescope. It says Avelina's trusty telescope. This was the preferred telescope model used by the late Avelina Lundvik during her iconic studies of space. Her discoveries surrounding the effect of the lunar cycle on fury, crucial to her husband Gregorus, breakthroughs on harnessing werewolf power. Fun fact, it was this telescope that she discovered the existence of the planet Sixum, using her heightened werewolf senses to identify its far-off glimmer as a life-supporting planet. We've even included the makeshift tripod legs she fashioned. Where'd that plane come from? Well, Gregorus was pretty hungry one night during a full moon, and the door to the kitchen was in his way. That's why it's got like a weird leg to it. So, anywho, so let's put some collectibles in this. We're gonna put Brutus in there first. Can I put the moon petal in there? Maybe not. All right, so I thought we had more collectibles in this, but I guess not. So I will have to go and find more collectibles. No big deal. My kitchen sink's still broken. All right. All right, I did get a notification that the Wild Fangs, I need to do some pack things. So we're gonna go under the underground tunnels because that satisfies a bunch of that. And then, yeah. By then, hopefully I give birth, because this is, getting, a little wild. Alright. Underground. Diverging paths. So we know what the magic melody does. Let's head towards the garlic. A close call. Something furry is scurrying towards Journey. Looking closer, it's a small rodent with a strange glint in its eyes. It doesn't seem entirely normal, and Journey freezes as it momentarily stops, squeaks, and continues on its way. Journey is grateful for her ability to see in the dark, otherwise she may have been charmed by its cute-sounding squeak. A garlic room. Old braided garlic closed and dangled from the walls along the twisting tunnels. Eventually, Journey comes across a large metal box with a barred door. She tests the bar and finds out it can be lifted with a bit of effort. Yes. Finders keepers, so I found something. 1 dusk glow, 3 shadow moon. Diverging paths, navigate the debris. Alright, so I didn't find anything other than just that book. Looks like nothing. Does this fulfill my wild fangs? Yeah. Okay. So I'm back in the good graces of the wild fangs, as you can see here. Green, 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 green. Cool. So I'm gonna leave this episode right here. We did a lot of investigation with Greg, Lily, and Christopher. Orson is going to become part of the Moonwood Collective next time. He is now a friend of the Moonwood Collective. I just want to be able to have alphas in both packs, because I think that's pretty cool. We haven't given birth yet, but we're eerily close. We found out that Greg is not a villain. He's a hero, in my eyes, and no one can change that. We collected the Moonwood Petal, and I believe Journey has the ability to make some type of potion or recipe with the Moonwood Petal, so we'll have to explore that further. But yeah, we learned a lot about Moonwood Mill today, and I'm glad I followed everyone's suggestions in the comments, and I'm so glad that you guys are commenting, so keep it coming, especially if I'm missing something, because... So that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya!